Alright, I am going to play Stelle as fast as I can. I want this to be a fully tools based run. I'm using my camera to record me playing on my laptop, so forgive the quality. This isn't meant to be like, oh, I'm going to start a YouTube streaming thing. I just wanted to give an example of how I play Stelle. I am currently, I think, ranked 1200 legendary overall. There's certain events for Stelle that you want to look for. Mainly, if you get the jungle, you want to go for tools. For now, I'm just going to go small items. Try to get any tools that I can find as cheaply as possible, and just start your day off. You don't really need the gold. I'll take a chance on some non-weapon items. That's a no-go. Get the toolbox. If you can get the toolbox early, that's going to help you out a lot. So throw that in the inventory. Don't worry about this other crap. Let's see. I think that we could probably take Kyber with items on the board, but I'm just going to go with the Fanged Inglet. Usually you're looking for Pyro there. If you get Pyro, take Pyro. You want to try to get the lighter. If you happen to get Cinders or Fiery, that's fine too, because those both go well with the tool build with stuff. So we're just going to watch this extremely long and boring fight play out, and we'll move on to the next node. Really, the only issue with the first few days is if you can't find the Molten Ball Blaster, you might have some issues. So I occasionally I hedge with maybe the Karakura and some other decent weapon, that like the disc or something like that, just to try to win days 1 and 2. It's not the end of the world if you don't win those days. It's just pretty easy from there on. So this is the Jungle Ruins. This is what I was talking about. If you do the right hand node here, you get a silver tool, a small silver tool. And hatchet, not terrible. I can use the truffles to make some money in a little bit. Either strength or defense grid are going to be good here. I'm going to go with defense grid because it has better long-term use. There is our friend, the Molten Ball Blaster. When you use another tool, charge it 2 seconds. Your goal is to have this item get up to gold or diamond, and then have a board full of small, relatively fast tools. That's the end game goal right there. So I only have 3 gold. I am going to get tools tomorrow, so for now I will, I guess I'll take the gyro because the angle grinder is going to cause some flying to happen, but I'm going to boost the value of the gyro because I'll probably sell that pretty soon. There you go. Okay, so this is my day 1. Here we go. Day 1, Vanessa. A lot of Vanessas are going to have poison. That's one of the earlier things that you kind of have to worry about because you don't have a full board of tools yet. She does not, so hopefully we have a good shot. Those are decent items for a Vanessa to have early on. The burn is going to, kind of hinder my, the shield is going to hinder my burn damage, but the 50 red damage to begin with pokes through that shield a good amount. So I think it's going to be really close. He's probably going to win, but we'll see. And this is just strictly like I don't have enough tools on the board to really charge the ball blaster as much as I would like to, and that's why just the raw damage and shield is going to beat you the first day or 2 here. That's not a big deal. Okay. I'm going to move on to day 2. They changed the way that the regenerative tincture works, so this is good to get later on when you're like level 10 to 13 because it's a pretty decent amount of regen. Not really useful early on, but it can help you out on the back end when you don't have much sustainability. Oh, wow. Okay. Upgrade to Molten Ball Blaster already. I will pass on the angle grinder. What did I get from my daily tool? Another one of those. Okay. Yeah, screw it. We're gonna go ahead and get rid of you. We're gonna throw you in. And I don't have anything that hastes yet, but we will soon. For here, like flying items, there's not a lot of good flying items that are tools that really synchronize with this build. So I'm actually more likely to take a random small. Okay, this build is good enough to beat the welterweight at this point. We could get an upgrade to our goggles. We could get the ticket. Like welterweight is still, I'm sorry, etherweight. Etherweight is still a challenging foe if you don't have something that negates the shield buildup for him. Like if you're running poison or something like that, you're gonna have a hard time. But with this build, you pretty much knock off the shield before she gets a chance to build it up and do more damage to you. There you go. All right. Rigged would be great. Like that would give the crit from these guys. No rigged. Okay, so we'll take the extra shielding. I'm going to go ahead and use that because goggles are usually part of my final setup. I think it's day 2. I'm probably not going to get a silver copy of this, so I'm going to take the skill. An upgrade to defense grid. Okay, very good. So now, for the first time I use an item, I'm getting 15% of my health and shield. Alright. I'm going to save that for later. Throw this in for now. Actually, the toolbox has, a passive effect of hasting. So you can throw that in there. We'll haste this one instead. So the haste makes these guys give crit. It all, again, synchronizes. And let's see, I'm looking for that and potentially the cage, like the medium item that gives you extra burn. But gold is not really a huge concern with this style of play, so I can reroll if I know that I'm going to get something. Hopefully that would be decent, but I didn't, so we'll move on. Okay. Max, again, they like to use regen and poison. It's too early for like a potion Mac, usually. So I'm looking at a Mac that has a crit build. Okay, so they're doing the magic carpet crit build. They're probably going to get that magic carpet down to like 3 seconds or less. So that could be a problem. But hopefully my hasting and crit chance will exceed his, and I'll actually get a win here on day 2. Come on. A little bit of shield, a little bit of just barely winning. Okay, we'll take it. We'll take it. Day 3, up until about day 5 or 6, the medium item that is apparel that gives you regen whenever you shield is kind of still good and viable here. But after day 6 or so, it starts to fall off. So I'm not really looking for that. I would still take it at this point. It's not a weapon, so I'm not going to find it here. I'll do the upgrade on the angle grinder now. A little bit of extra damage never hurts. And that's it. What did I get for my... I got another angle grinder. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to upgrade the toolbox because some of the really good tools, like the calipers, which haste all the other small items, are silver to start with. You want to try to get this to silver if you get it at all. And that's probably the best use of that upgrade right now. So we are going to do Street Gamer. If you get the skill from him, when you use a small item, you heal for 5. That's good for a little bit of cleanse. It's good for a little bit of just sustainability. And because you're going to be using a lot of small items by the end of the run. So this is a skill that actually still has some sort of use later on. And of course you can get the ticket. So, all good things. Now it's really, really gonna be like night and day difference once we have the full board after level 4, and you can fill it up with small tools. Like those numbers of instances of tools being used are going to make a huge difference on the ball blaster. So this is a build that you kind of fully come into by the end of day 3, hopefully, if you get the right types of tools. If not, you just have to wait a little bit longer. That's all that is. Box cutter, that's another one that's vital, and the blowtorch. Both of these are 4 seconds. Box cutter grows as you level up, and if you get it to diamond, like it's gaining 40 damage every time that you level up. That's a good one to have. We're going to go ahead and throw both of those on the board, even though actually I'm going to put the box cutter in the inventory for now, because I want it to build up a little bit of damage, because every time you use it, it loses 1 damage permanently. So you don't want the box cutter to be too weak before you actually start using it, even though it's a fast item. Might still end up throwing it in the board after we level up here, just because it's going to be a full board. And the joystick, you don't need to get this one leveled up beyond bronze, because the only real use for it is to charge your angle grinders. They're both 5-second items, but if you put this between them, then they become 4-second items by default because of the charging from that guy. Alright. And we are going to upgrade the box cutter. That's the most important item that I have right now that needs to be silver instead of bronze. And then I'm going to throw it back in there, put you over here, put you there, and I'm actually going to use the headset for 1 day, because when your items fly haste, and that's going to give crit here, that'll probably guarantee a crit on most likely the second hit of this guy for that battle. Calibers, okay. Precision calibers haste all your other small items for 2 seconds. When this gets to diamond, the cooldown is naturally 4 seconds, and there's skills that you can get throughout the run that are going to make that potentially even faster, so you almost have like constant haste on all your small items. Like that is a huge, huge item, and I'm going to actually throw that in instead of these guys. Sell that, sell that. Now it's a 3-second haste, and moving on. Day 3, fighting another Mac, probably poison. Let's see. A little bit of poison, a little bit of burn. Oh, an invulnerability potion. Okay, interesting. So this Mac is trying to build something. He's not fully set up yet, and it looks like he might be underleveled. Yeah, he didn't beat the NPC or something like that. So this should be a fairly easy fight, even with the invuln pot. There you go. Next. Not good yet. I could take a look. You don't care as much about health with this build. Like the shield kind of, I mean, health isn't bad, right? Don't get me wrong, but there's other ways to get more later on. What I'm looking for here is going to be like an upgrade to the goggles. There we go. Okay. And then for this one, at day 4, I could probably get a silver here. The only burn item I currently have is a blowtorch, so I could roll for a burn item, but I don't want to get the ammo burn items. I don't want to fuss with any of that. So I'm going to go weapons. 1 reroll and another angle grinder upgrade. Sure, whatever. Okay. Now, the Boiler Room Brawler has good items and good skills for this build, so I usually try to take him. Even if I think I can beat the Juggler, like I'm still going to take the Brawler. Upgrade for the goggles. He also has the multi-tool, or a toolbox if you haven't gotten one yet, and the skills. Both of his skills are good. When you use a tool, adjacent items gain crit, or when you haste, shield. Those are both good skills, because you're going to be hasting a lot. You're going to be using tools a lot, so either one of those is fantastic to get with this run. We got the upgrade for the goggles. Now they are giving 6% crit chance to adjacent items whenever you haste. That is fantastic. I will probably take, 6, 4. I'm going to get rid of the hatchet. I'm going to throw in another joystick, because what happens here is normally there's no overflow with the charging. So if these guys go off at 4 seconds and you put a 2-second one in between them, it's still going to just go off at 4 seconds. It's not going to start going off faster. But when you have two instances of the charging next to the one, that one actually gets the 2 seconds added on to the second cooldown, the next cooldown. So that's good. And then I'm probably going to get rid of these goggles and put in the box cutter. And this is getting close to what I want it to be at the end. So I'm going to go ahead and just take the regen and a little bit of extra health. This still right here, when you use a tool, adjacent items gain 3% crit. That's always going to be good for this run. This one is okay. The defensive stance, when you use weapons, your shield items get better. But I'm going to go with the crit because that just makes more sense here. This is the better placement. Let's see. As far as non-weapon items go, something like this, an upgrade to the torch is fantastic. What you're going to be looking for in the future, if you don't get your toolbox to gold, then you want to try to find a wrench. The wrench starts at gold. So you get a wrench and it upgrades every day one of your lower leveled items that are tools. And so getting a wrench, whether it's on your board or in your inventory, is going to help with growing the strength of your board and the speed of things like the calipers because of the cooldown reduction, the increase in the amount of damage that your box cutter gets, that kind of stuff. Alright, this is... What are you doing, Stell? What are you doing? Fly, no fly, fly, no fly, regen. Okay, so this type of a build for Stell is going to be good until about day 4. After day 4, day 5, when you start to get a little bit more health and your enemies start to get a little bit stronger, the regen aspect of it is not that good anymore. And you can see already today is a problem for her. Okay, we could get a tool. That would be good. I don't necessarily think that I would get the shield item that I want. So, and the gumballs crit-wise is really the only thing you're looking for. I have ways to get crit now, so I'm going to go ahead and get a tool. This is the one, the oxygen mask I was talking about earlier. It's good up until about day 5. After day 5, you're better off replacing this medium item with 2 small tools instead of 1 medium tool, because the shield and regen becomes less of an issue. Obviously, I'm taking it. I'm going to sell it. That's just my thoughts on that particular item. We should be able to take Scoville here. He does a lot of burn at about the 15-second mark. Like once this item here gets to his second throw, like that's when you are in trouble. But you should be able to kill him with this build before he gets a chance for that to go off a second time. There you go. Full health. Even with he had 100 burn on me already, more burn than I had on him, but he's not doing any other type of damage. So we'll take the senders. I always put the extra burn on the faster, quote unquote, faster burn item, even though you might have this guy going off more often by the end of the thing. Now, I frequently get a second set of calipers, and to me, it is better to have that in there once one of them is echoed. For now, it's going to be better for me to be charging this guy. I probably could do that, actually. Yeah, let's do that. I'm going to put the in between. Okay, so this is going to haste all small items besides itself, and this is going to haste all small items besides itself. So they haste each other and all the other small items, right? Now, some people keep stuff in their inventory until they come across a vendor that's going to give them extra for it. I typically, with the other characters, I do that, but with Stell, it's so rare that I have any problems with money that I don't worry about it as much. Now here's a problem for me. If you fight the saber tooth and you get the shiny thing at diamond tier, you can mandala that into a shiny tool, and that's freaking fantastic if you can get that. But I think I'm going to take the extra experience from Scoble because I want to be like over leveled as much as possible with this, because you're, even when you get the board perfect and you get it like all diamond, you got the right skills, all that jazz, like past day 13 or 14, it gets a little bit dicey. And so my goal is to level up as fast as possible, to get as many tools as possible, and to just like hammer my way through all my opponents as fast as possible. All right, docks, middle option, 2 gold plus a tool. I take that. I don't worry about it. I could use that as a 5-second tool. It's going to increase the damage of something. If I were to gonna switch it in for something, it'd probably be for one of the calipers for now. But the extra damage is really not that valuable. Burn damage is more important in the long run. So I'm just gonna hang on to it, and just get a haste item. Maybe we'll get up. Nope. Okay. I was hoping to get a duplicate, or not a duplicate, an upgrade to one of the calipers there, but we'll just go with what we got. Alright, this is burn and crit. Like I've seen a lot of Vanessa's playing the Oni mask lately. It's actually really good if you get the right amount of crit. She's got the pet rock, she's got the star chart, she's got the HUD display. Those are all good crit items. Again, though, it's just not fast enough. The thing with this build is speed, natural speed. Like I don't need a lot of feathers or insect wings or skills. Like obviously those things make it even better, but it's fast enough naturally once you get a full board this way. And just get some more health, I guess. And you can see I got 40 gold even after making that purchase. I'm not at all worried. Let's get rid of you. I'll keep you. Okay, I'll take a little bit of damage upgrades. And 1 regen. More damage. More regen. And that's pretty much it. Alright, so you want the damage on your fastest thing. Also, if I get a healing enchant later on, it is going on the box cutter. So I want the box cutter to have as much damage as possible. Inferno, pretty hard here, even with this setup. I could probably, yeah, I'll take him. Let's see how it goes. I'll be right back. Okay, we took him. No, I'm gonna sell that. You sell a lot of stuff on these runs, so that's why I said gold is not that big of an issue. And then for the crit, like, I'm probably gonna throw that crit on the blowtorch actually, because the other 2 items that are doing most of my damage are already getting their crit boosted. So I just want that. I'm gonna get this guy's cooldown down a little bit, and then more damage on the box cutter. There we go. Okay. Let's see. Maybe I can get an upgrade to the molten ball plaster. Another angle grinder. Okay. Sure, why not? I've got plenty of money. Let's see. Reroll. Nope. Alright, let's go. Haste skills are good. You can get the haste increase crit, but because I already have flashy mechanic, I don't really need that one. Weapon skills are meh, whatever. So I'm going with gold skills. When you slow, I don't have any slows. Reroll. Okay, the only drones or vehicles that I have are the angle grinders, and I'm probably not going to have two of them at the end. Cooldown reduction. Yeah, we'll just see this one. Honestly, of all that's the best one for this build. Just a little bit more shield. Okay. Another Vanessa. I used to main Vanessa. I have way more games with Vanessa than I do with Stelle. It's just that Stelle's item pool is so slim that this run is just like easy to replicate. I've had 5 games today. Before this one, I had a 10 win, a 7 win, a 9 win, a 10 win, and then a perfect 10 win. So I'll probably get at least 7 wins with this run almost every time. Like, it's exceedingly rare that I don't get 7+ wins with this build. And I do think that it's funny that, like, you know, Stelle is designed so that you can put all your focus into one large item that, like, everything synchronizes with that item and is strong and good. And I've played her that way for a while, but as I've gotten, you know, just the frequency of certain items coming up and what their rarity is and everything, like, this just makes so much more sense. It's just easier to repeat than all those other stuffs. Okay, I got a diamond angle grinder. That's fantastic. The one thing I really don't care about the rank of. Right now, I sometimes I actually do Sergeant Suds here because he has like a board full of tools. He does have the rivet gun at gold, which, you know, when you use the item to the right, charge the rivet gun 2 seconds, and then when you use the rivet gun, you charge the item to the left 1 second. Like, that's good. He also has, I think, not the wrench, but the other one that when you buy 10 tools, you can sell that item to level up your leftmost item. It used to be 8 tools, and it was much more lucrative, but it's kind of hard to buy 10 tools at this point. And let's see. I'll take the weapon. I'll sell the weapon. Small items. All right. Let's see what you got. The hammer. Yeah, the hammer. When you buy 10 tools, including this one, then you're able to use it to upgrade your leftmost item. So usually day 7, that's okay. I can do that. I can make that work, especially with the amount of gold that I have. I might mandala this. I'll hang on to it for now. But I really don't like having any other medium items on my board besides the Molten Ball Blaster. The wrench, that's what we're looking for. Okay. So I only bought that because I bought the hammer. Like, there's no reason to get the cooldown, like, charging higher on this guy. But the hammer, I'm at 4 tools now. So I want to buy tools so that I can upgrade the hammer. I don't care about the flare gun. Hopefully I get another wrench. If you get your wrench to diamond, then it's gonna upgrade each day. It's gonna upgrade another item that's less than diamond, and that's just phenomenal, fantastic to do. Don't care about that. There's just so much stuff that you don't care about in these types of runs that you're selling. You're not trying to, like, hedge and pivot and all that kind of stuff. You're just going for tools from day one, and so that's kind of stockpiles a lot of money for you. Okay. He's going to be doing a bit of burn. I like it. I feel like I'm okay with that, with the defense grid at the beginning, because if my opponent is bone focused, that's going to knock that down by half until the shield is gone. So we're good. We're good. And I mean, you can see, like, once I got the board full, it's basically been easy wins since then. Medium items. Okay, middle is one that obviously this is a medium item. Like I want to get that to gold ASAP. I also want to buy tools, but I will have to be careful. I have to be careful for my my money supply. I'm gonna hang on to that for now. I'm going to buy and sell. At least me at 31. Okay, I can buy and sell you. And that puts you at 6. Give me the ball blaster. No, okay. I've done this so many times that I know which items are tools without having to look at the tags most of the time. But just take the extra second. Like look in the shops if it's a tool and you have the hammer, then that's what you're kind of looking to get. Again, we're gonna level today anyway, but I want to keep things as far ahead as possible. I'm probably I'm strongly considering putting in the multi-tool. No, I already have 2 calipers. Yeah, I could go either way. I could put the multi-tool in for the other angle grinder. It wouldn't hurt too much, but so I have the hammer in my inventory, right? I would normally I'm going to take the rock or I'm going to go for the gold, but this time I'm actually going to do the car conductor because he has like 4 tools on his board. And when you get a tool as a drop from an NPC, that counts as getting a tool for the hammer. That, otherwise, I wouldn't do this fight. Okay, we got a skill that I'm not going to use. I don't have any vehicles. I probably won't have any vehicles, but I'm going to take it anyway just in case I get one vehicle. Okay, shield. I'm going to take shield rather than slow. I think I'm going to put shielding on the ball blaster and hope that I get healing for the box cutter. That's usually the way I go. Um, Personal preference. Oh, we got the wrench up to diamond. Okay, so now, depending on how many days I live, we'll be able to get our items upgraded by the wrench. And those last 2 tools will put me over. You, sell you, gonna upgrade you. So, alright, we are really close to done at this point. Probably never gonna bother with that, so let's just sell it for the gold. We got some weapons we could upgrade. I'd like a box cutter. I was just about to say I'd like a box cutter. And then that's probably it. I mean, she might have a gold. No, okay. I was gonna say if she had a gold molten ball blaster, I would sell pretty much whatever it takes, except for the wrench to get it. Speaking of which, the wrench is a 4-second tool, so you can technically put that on your board if you don't have this sort of a situation going on. I'm not going to worry about it right now. I really want to get both of the calipers up as high as possible because the cooldown reduction is really important. So, let's go. All right, so if we win this, we got 7 wins. That is improvement in your standings. If we don't, we still got 2 more days to lose. It's no sweat, but this is kind of the point in your run where you can tell, am I going to get 7, 8, 9 wins, or do I have a chance at getting 10 wins? And it feels like I have a chance at getting 10, so we're going to keep pushing. Another blowtorch. I'm gonna toss it. I'm gonna toss the multi-tool because I don't want the wrench to upgrade it. This is pretty much what I'm looking at for my board at this point. Just help them along a little bit. Got the goggles maxed out. That's fantastic. So 8% crit every time you haste. These guys are hasting like 7 items each time they go off. So that's very good. Because basically, boom, boom. That's 56 times 2. That's 100 and whatever. 112% crit once these guys won't go off. And you're good to go. As a matter of fact, I don't need you anymore. Normally I keep the toolbox through the whole run just because, but I'm a little bit light on gold. I'm going to go ahead and sell it because I'm perfectly satisfied with using these tools for the rest of my run. And so I'll take the extra gold. I'll do a real quick reroll, see if I can get something else upgraded. Nope, let's move on. I never really bother with Pharaohs unless I have like a super shield heavy build. This one's probably okay. But the Blood Reef Captain has a skill that's pretty good. The cooldown reduction skill, full arsenal. Like I'm probably not going to have a vehicle, but I have weapons and tools, right? So if that's a 10% reduction in the cooldown of all of your items, if you have a weapon or a tool, which is obviously I do, it'd be fantastic to get that skill. Or again, he has a tool. Like these other items are just things to sell for gold, whatever. I really want that skill though. If that's your primary focus at this point is, that's useless. I'm not even going to take it. Your primary focus at this point is getting your cooldown reduction as much as possible. There is a Stelle specific skill. I think it's called Buffed and Polish that I'm looking for. Weapons for the flying. That one's not bad. That one's not bad. I'm gonna reroll because I want Buffed and Polish. And we did not get it. Okay, but we got your flying item cooldowns are reduced by 10%. So with two angle grinder drones, like that's gonna help with getting things flying, which will reduce the cooldowns. Like that's good. That's good. Alright, we'll take the upgrade to the torch. Save the wrench from having to upgrade that one. And that's really good too. I don't like the 6-second cooldown though, so alright. I'm low on money. If I were to get something from him aside from these guys, it really wouldn't be worth it. I couldn't afford it. So I'm gonna take a little bit of extra regen and health. That's fine. See how we do here. He's got snowstorm. Okay, this is gonna be tough. He's probably gonna hit me really hard. I'm out. That's so hard. Okay. It's fine. It's fine. That's bad timing on the loss though. So if I lose day 10, I get my last chance, and that means day 11 is literally my last chance at that point. So we should be okay. Got the other angle grinder up the diamond also. Fantastic. I'll take a little bit of that. That. And I don't know. I'll take that. Okay. So I'm gonna take the regen. I'm going to put the crit on the torch, and then I'm gonna put the damage on the box cutter, like we said earlier. Just leave those. Nope. Okay. Lord of the Waste, he got the skill. The only real reason to fight him, I guess, other than the knives, it gives you 4% cooldown. Your weapons deal double crit damage. So if you get the skill and you get your crit chance up to 112, on the ball blaster and the box cutter, like you just it basically doubles the damage of the crit damage, which is already double. So 4x damage. That's why you want to fight him. And nope, that's a tool. The toxic letter opener or the obsidian letter opener, those are tools. I'm not against it if you need to fill a slot, but at this point you're looking for lower cooldowns, honestly. A 5-second cooldown is not as good as the 4-second cooldown. The only reason for having the goggles is to increase the crit. You don't care about the cooldown. These are both 4-second cooldowns. This is a problem. I need those to get upgraded. Okay, so at level 13 I can upgrade an item. I'll probably pick this guy. I don't think, I'm not going to get it by the end of the day. Even with the 2 experience there, I'm going to actually do the small items shop. That's why, right there. Okay, and I'm not going to do the hammer again. I don't have enough gold to be buying gold medium tools and selling them and all that stuff. So we will just move on from that. I will re-roll in case I get... Come on, man. That's a tough one. So the rivet gun is very good at diamond because if you have a 4-second item next to it, it is basically also a 4-second item, and it's reducing the cooldown of the item to the left of it. But at this point, I don't know what I would take out other than this, which would reduce the overall haste. So yeah, I'm just gonna skip it. It's all about like what you have left space wise. You know, that's your main thing, is like make the best use of your space items, make the best use of your small items. Like you want to get the best small tools you can. Let's see, you've got some really good skills. Okay, you hasted your 2 small items with the holsters. It's gonna hurt. She's gonna hurt me pretty bad when that does go off. Yeah, oh yeah, that's real bad. So that's one of my favorite setups for Vanessa that they have right there. I would probably have Julian, Orange Julian in there at this point instead of the Shark Claws, but it still works. That is a horrendous loss on my part. So I will take garbage. Garbage, garbage, garbage. Okay. Toxic on the blowtorch is probably the only thing that I can really do here. That was bad. I would have loved to have seen healing or even obsidian at this point for the box cutter. Okay, this calipers is now diamond. The one that does 3 seconds of haste is diamond. So with that is fantastic. We are just gonna go sharpening stone on the box cutter. Extra regen. This is where I was talking about. It is way better at this point because I'm on level 12. It just gave me 24 regen, and like that's all I really care about. Here I'm just trying to win battles as quickly as possible. I'm just trying to get through the end of the run. I have my garbage last chance enchant on the blowtorch. Don't care about that. I probably won't get 10 wins with this at this point unless I can get lucky and get an upgrade for the ball blaster. Then I might be able to. I just got all the wrong things upgraded, which is fine. Like that's why I said that. Oh, forgot about that, didn't I? It's all fine because the goal of these runs is to get 7+ every single time, and it's relatively easy to get 7+ every single time with these runs. Nope. Okay. Okay, so that's a duplicate. He's not going to have that. Don't need that. Could use that, but it's only going to. Okay, so I'm going to get this right here. Don't need it, but it's basically the same outcome as if I had gone to the other place because the duplicate items are not going to show up in his shop. I don't need an upgrade for this. If I get an upgrade for this, it's just going to take till the next level up to actually show any difference. So really right now there is no point to buying an item from JJ. Okay. Interesting. That's going to be interesting. No? Okay. I see what he's trying to do there. I just think that it'd be better with a toxic letter opener, a toxic spider maze. You don't have enough poison items for that. We'll take the free loot. Give me a feather, order, and a second ring. Okay. Unless there's like a really strong reason to put it onto something else, like if you have shiny on a blowtorch, or if you get a lighter, and like there's certain times where you would put that insect wing onto something else, but realistically, most of your cooldown reduction is going to go to the ball blaster. Should be able to take Dualtron here. The actual Dualtron NPC doesn't quite, meet the requirements of being a bad MF. So we should be fine. We should be fine. Yeah, that's pretty good. Don't need you. So the only really good haste skill is the one that gives you crit. Like I said before, I don't have any slow, so I'm just going to go with Adira for the diamond skill. First time, that's not, well, that could be good. Actually, yeah, that could be really good, because this is my highest shield item. I'll take it. Nope, nope. They fixed the glitch with the regen skills for this item. So even if you put it in your lineup, the skills that give you extra regen on your leftmost or rightmost item don't apply to this. So somehow they fixed that. Not worth doing anymore. I don't. I guess I'm gonna take the gumballs, just because a little bit goes a long way. All right, another Stelle. I bet you she has a large item, like most other people would play Stelle. Let's see. Oh, look at that. She has a restorative stellar swallowtail. This isn't going to be going off a lot. Okay. This might actually be pretty hard. 2 pill buckies? I'm in trouble. I'm in danger. Holy crap. Okay. There you go. That is using tools to play Stelle. Like I said, 10 wins, 7 wins, 9 wins, 10 wins, perfect 10 win, now an 8 win for my games today. It's obviously you're not going to get 10 every time, but you're going to get 7 or more probably 80 to 90% of the time. Like, it's very rare that I cannot put something like this together, and the skills are not crazy. The items are not crazy. I had most of these for most of the run. It's all about this guy. and getting some quick tools to go with it. That is it. Let's see. 1191. Okay, that is definitely an all-time high for me. I appreciate you watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Have a great day.